name is Maia Abbruzzese. I'm 14 years old and I like to watch Ellen on TV and read my pocket constitution. I also really like to do art. And up until this semester, all I could do was doodle on some tests that I hadn't really studied for. So for my project, I decided to go to the Gordino Gallery. And I was really excited about this project, but that didn't stop me from procrastinating. So I waited until the last possible day before I had to pick something, and I was frantically just speed walking in the Gordino Gallery trying to find something. And then there was this art, and it just had caught my eye. It was something that I had seen many times before, and it looked very familiar. I liked the suave finish and the sharp details, and it was a set of several glass plates. I looked at these glass plates and I saw a familiar theme, and then as I was looking at everything, I saw a name that was also very familiar. The name was Kurumi Conley. This was the name of the artist of these plates, but also she's my neighbor. So I knew that this was going to be the project that I was going to do. She lives 5 houses down from me. So on the day after Christmas, I walked to her house, and I sat down, and she had kind of reminded me about the process of making glass. She showed me how to cut a glass base, which is just a square or rectangle, and you glue some pre-cut shapes or glass powder to it using really sticky glue. Of course, she didn't actually let me cut it myself because I'm so accident prone. I could probably cut myself on smooth glass. So as I was making my first one, which was this blue and green dish right here with a clear base, it was pretty straightforward because I glued squares on top of the base, and then I glued smaller squares on top of the larger squares. After that, I had forgotten how hard this next one was going to be. It's pink, red, and white, and it was quite hard to make because this powder, it kept getting stuck to these really small glass strings, and just everything was getting stuck together, and nothing was turning out the way I wanted it to. So after I had finished this particular plate, it took me an hour and a half just to put together. And after I was done with that, Kurumi told me to come back in a week when my glass would be done and fired. And so about a week later, my dad came home from walking the dog, and he brought my glass dishes as well. As I had taken them out from their protective wrapping, I was so amazed because I never thought that my hyperactive teenage self would be able to sit down and do something like this. So at that moment in time, I knew that I needed to name it, and so I decided to name it Hybrid. I thought that hybrid would be an appropriate name because the artist Kurumi Conley, her name is a hybrid of 2 cultures. Kurumi is a name that comes from Japan, where she was born and raised, and Conley comes from America, where she married her husband and had her 2 daughters. Her technique is also from Japan, but she uses local glass to make her artwork. And so I thought that it would be very appropriate to name this after my favorite artist. I also learned that procrastinating on projects does not make them go away.